Valve is making a console, not the Steam Deck. Steam is the host of pretty much literally every game that comes out on PC. Steam has so many community features like discussion boards, reviews, the workshop, by the way, Left 4 Dead with Teletubbies, absolutely. It has opened up the floodgates for freedom, and it proves time and time again that it is the best place to play video games on PC. Epic Games and Xbox Store and EA. But Valve only really has control over the PC market. What they don't really have control over is the console space. Xbox, PS5, anything that goes directly into your TV, you sit down on the couch, grab a beer, crack that open, and play your games on the TV after a long day of work. Oh boy, get yourself a console. But Valve came through and said, no. We're gonna make our own little box that does exactly this. The Valve Fremont? I don't even know how to... The Valve Fremont is a device with an AMD Ryzen processor, and it's a potential Steam box that may support a Hawk Point CPU with Zen 4 and RDNA 3 graphics. So what this means is, like the Steam Deck, this is a SteamOS device, but it sounds like it's a box, so it's not exactly a handheld device this time. This thing's gonna go into a TV. Now, PS5 and Xbox are, they're big players in the console space, but Valve has the chance to outclass them because of the freedom and affordability that you get with PC gaming. Like, look at those Steam sales, dude! And Valve has already shown that they can innovate with the Steam Deck, which is a hybrid handheld device that you could play pretty much almost all your PC games on, except anything that uses like anti-cheat, like Call of Duty, Fortnite, whatever. If you're getting real sweaty, go on Windows or whatever. And not only that, the Steam Deck was offered at such a low price, which we're gonna get into right now. Consoles are expensive. Now, the current gen, or as some still call it, next gen consoles are the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and they start at $650 Canadian dollars. And $650 is just the price of these consoles now. When these first came out, scalpers were a huge issue. These scalpers inflated prices. You would see some of these units going for over 1,000 Canadian dollars. Valve from the get-go made sure the Steam Deck wasn't gonna get swooped up by scalpers. You had to have a Steam account, and then you had to put down a $5 deposit for this thing, and eventually you would get your order in the mail, and then you would go and pay the full price and get your console shipped. So at least Valve went out of their way to protect from scalpers. Now, moving on. Games are expensive. If you look at my last video, I talked about how games nowadays are over $100 after all is said and done, at least in Canada. The cost to make these games is skyrocketing, which is making the cost of these games balloon as well. But you're probably saying, Nick, you're an idiot. These games also come out on Steam and they're also 90 bucks. What's the catch? Well, Steam has sales, and a lot of them. When the Steam holiday sales kick in, oh my god, you can pick up some of these AAA games a year later for hefty discounts. I remember I got Red Dead Redemption for like $30, and not only that, Steam's library includes a lot more games, like indie games and add-on mods from the workshop. And also, you can pick up a lot of older titles that aren't supported on consoles as well. Now, there is Xbox Game Pass and PS Plus, where you can get games in a big subscription package that you pay for yearly. But that doesn't guarantee that you keep these games, and you have to keep subscribing to the service in order to play them. And at any time, they could just out, gone. They could pull the games from you. On Steam, it's simple. You buy the game, you own it. Period. It's on your account. Now, Nick, dude, but these consoles have exclusive. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, oh my god, it was on the PS5 only. Just got released on Steam. It's on Steam. Sony and Microsoft nowadays are relying much less on exclusives to sell their consoles. In fact, Xbox doesn't even really do exclusives anymore. If you have a PC, you basically have all the Xbox games day one on Game Pass. The only exception is Nintendo, and you'll get exclusive games like Zelda and basically all their IP, but it's worth it, bro. It's Nintendo. Wahoo. With the Fremont, you got all your PS5 games coming out a year or two later, and Xbox games come day one. Now, consoles lock down what you can do. When you buy a game on PS5, you can only play it on PS5, and it's tied to your account. Now, yes, you can kind of share it offline with other PlayStation accounts, but who knows how long you'll have the opportunity to do that before they take that away too.
Thanks.
And don't forget, if you want to play online, you're paying a yearly fee just to access Wi-Fi. Bro, Wi-Fi is free on PC. We don't gotta pay for that. You own Call of Duty on PC. Boom. You get no yearly payments. You own the game and you could play it as much as you want. And not only that, Xbox recently in the past few years took away the ability to use emulators on the system. The Valve Fremont, whatever, it's a PC at heart. You can install any software you want, emulators, tweak any settings to your liking. You have the freedom. And Steam also just announced a new feature that's currently out right now called Steam Families. You're not going to believe this, but if you have 4 or 5 other friends that are in at least the same country as you, you could share your Steam library. Only one person needs to buy like a game, for example, and then everyone else can play it for free, like unlimited. Unless that person decides to play, then you can't play, but still. Also, consoles have some scummy practices. Now, if you want to expand your storage on a PC, well, you simply just open up the PC, plug in a hard drive or an SSD that you bought, and you're on your way. But if you're on an Xbox, you need to buy their proprietary SSD, which is double the price of what SSDs actually cost. You could get it for as low as 70 Canadian dollars if you bought a 1TB SSD on its own. Oh, Sony, I'm not done with you, pal. So Sony just released the PS5 Slim, which is a slightly smaller revision of the current PS5. Did you notice there's no disk drive? Well, if you want to play physical copies of your games, well, you gotta buy an external one. Well, do you know how much that costs? An additional $80 US. Good luck getting one though, because as of checking, they're out of stock. So if you go on eBay to look for these things, you're talking like essentially over $150+ just for an external disc reader. Do I have to reiterate what I'm saying? Valve Fremont, you can use any storage you want, plug in any external drive you want, you can do whatever the heck you want. Now, Valve failed before with their Steam machine. These were game consoles like the one I'm talking about right now, but the problem was it was running Linux before they had all this support for games. So what that means is basically there was a lack of games to play on it, and these consoles were kind of underpowered and expensive. Valve did a complete 180 with the Steam Deck. They said, watch me cook. The low entry price of 499 Canadian dollars. Boom. You can literally take a screwdriver and replace any part you want. Valve partnered with iFixit. They basically said, go ahead. And there's so much more you can do with this. You can open the thing up and double the RAM. There's been videos on YouTube of people also hooking up external GPUs to this thing. Now, the Fremont or Fremont's potential is so good because the Steam Deck, while already a fantastic system, is a little underpowered sometimes. Now, it's good at what it's good at, but if you try to boot up newer AAA games on this thing, it's starting to show its wear. Now that they don't have to focus on the handheld screen and the joysticks, they could just focus on giving you a box that's got really good specs inside of it. That's it. And SteamOS, oh my god. If you have a PC and you play games, you probably have Windows on it. And I don't gotta tell you this already, Windows sucks. I'm gonna have a future video about this, but for now, let's just focus on SteamOS. It's a lightweight, user-friendly operating system that is built specifically for gaming. You open this up, log into Steam, boom, library pops up, download the games you want to play and play them. That's it. And at any time you want, you could put it to sleep. So if you're playing Final Fantasy VII one day and you're like, I'm done, you can clock that thing to sleep, and then 2 days later, you could just turn it on again and pick up where you left off in seconds. Try doing that on Windows. It'll start garbling to you or something. I don't know. SteamOS is already built so much like a console experience, having it on the Fremont is just a no-brainer. So in my opinion, if Valve markets this thing correctly, if they possibly even put it in stores alongside the Xbox and PS5, if they come with a low entry price and show the power of PC gaming in this thing, it's gonna blow the socks off the entire gaming market. Even nowadays, it's so expensive to build your own PC, with Nvidia releasing graphics cards that if you get the top of the line card, it's gonna cost you $2,000+ US. Valve could come out with this thing and tackle 2 markets. It's essentially a pre-built PC that you buy right off the shelf, plug in, and it plays everything in your library, and it works as a console too. Anyway, let me know down in the comments, are you excited for the Fremont or Fremont, however you say it? Are you excited what it's gonna do for the future of gaming as a whole? And share your thoughts. What are your opinions on the PS5 and Xbox right now? Do you think they stand out in the market? Do you think that the Fremont can replace these systems? Or is the Fremont gonna have its own place in the market? I'll be replying and liking your comments, and I just want to see what you all think. Anyway, that's gonna be it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.